And we're back with our next two guests who are going to be talking about something very exciting. If you've been paying attention to the news, you may have already heard. If not, this may be news to you. So we have Kristi Casey Sanders from MPI and Dustin Westling from ILEA Board of Directors, and they're going to share the news of their partnership.
Start spreading the news.
I don't know that I'm going to sing with you, but
Yeah.
I got a great touch step, so I'll be your backup dancer.
Fantastic. So you can tune in for the afterwards, and you'll see the touch step and the full version of the song. But that is not the big news. The big news is that ILEA and MPI are partnering to provide some education. Do you want to jump in, or
Yeah,
I didn't want to take the whole thing because it's a
No,
partnership, so I didn't want to say the
listen,
whole.
half and half. That's
Yes,
fine. That's
yeah.
fine. Every other word. Let's go back and forth and see if we can string it together. MPI and ILEA have started an education portal, and ILEA and MPI have agreed on some content, some MPI curated content that's now available to all ILEA members at no additional cost. It's a really, really fantastic step forward in with ILEA and member benefit and providing some content and some resources for their members.
Yeah, and so what we did is we looked at what library we had, and we worked with ILEA's educational committee to identify where in the ILEA core curriculum certain things aligned. So you can actually see what elements of your CSEP training that you haven't filled in, and you can go ahead and fill that in. There's also business resource training as well, because not only are ILEA members live event producers, a lot of times they're also small business owners, and so there's content that speaks to that. And in addition, there's a great ILEA webinar series that started, but there wasn't a place to house that content, and so now there's a home for the things that ILEA is producing, so we can build on that.
That's exciting. So this just recently got announced. Is it up? Can people access it now?
If you are one of my friends, you can. Or if you're working on it with ILEA, it'll launch officially on September 25th.
Okay. Awesome.
I've been on the platform, and it is so easy to use. I was really surprised at how user friendly it is. It is not a complicated piece of technology, and it gives you exactly what you need to know. And I think it's really, really well designed.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We rehearsed that part.
Yeah,
a love fest.
It
I
was.
love
Yeah,
it.
well, anytime you can get love from Dustin, I would recommend it because he sends the best thank you cards ever.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what they are.
So what does the future of this partnership look like? How does it grow from here?
Right. So this is a jumping off point. We are education is always kind of the gateway drug, right?
Totally is. Yeah.
And I don't know if we don't have anything that's really like clearly defined at this point, but we're just open to continue to partner and grow. And right now the CSEP is being reformulated. So some of the things that we can sit in a room all day and talk about really amazing, but there are very logistical things, right? So I don't know. Did you want to?
Yeah, no, I think jumping off point is the best point. We've identified MPI as a really strong leader when it comes to content creation and education, and the opportunity to combine our strengths and our members and put them all in one place is really powerful. There's something really amazing about the opportunity for both of our members to be able to learn from the same content and start to break down some of the barriers of the content being so association specific or so market specific, and this is going to allow people to really level up on the same page. And ILEA is committed to continuing to expand this sort of content generation. ILEA is looking forward to being able to submit their own content into this, so that it's more than a MPI education portal, and really will become something that's really collaborative for both of our organizations.
Which is awesome, because I know that our education teams looked at programming sessions on tenting, but I'm sure that you'll do much better in terms of filling that content bucket.
I think we will.
So right now this lives online. And for ILEA members, correct? So if you're an MPI member, do you have access to this content as well, or will you have access?
So what the ILEA microsite is it's a fragment of the total education that MPI offers its members. And it's very specifically focused through the lens of the CSEP and the ILEA core curriculum. So if you're an MPI member, you already own that content, plus you own all the other content that comes as a benefit of membership. Plus you get the member discounts on all the certificate classes and things like that. So what it is, though, it's an opportunity for us. At MPI, we believe very strongly in raising the professionalism of the entire industry. Yeah. And we want to be a career home, and we want to support the industry. And so it's just one physical way that we can take some of our assets and some of our strengths and partner with a really strong industry association to help them be stronger, to help us have insight into what's happening, and to really kind of, I think, as many opportunities as industry associations have to work together. Because none of us are going to own everything, right? Like, right. And so nor should we, right? And nobody wants you to. And one thing that I thought was really cool was in August, I went up to experience ILEA Live, which is where I get to meet this lovely gentleman. And we participated in a global event forum. And so the issues that ILEA thought leaders had identified as what they really want to tackle, it was really exciting to be in that room as a representative of MPI, because I could say, we have some resources that might be able to help you, or we've done some work on this area, and we're not going to focus on that topic. That's going to be ILEA's thought leadership topic. But why reinvent the wheel if you can tap into some of these things? And so as you have those conversations, I think in a resource constricted environment, when you're competing for a lot of different attention, it's a big relief for associations to know, oh, I don't have to focus on that. I can just partner.
Yeah, right, 100%. And to have a trusted partner at the table is so important. And last year at the Global Event Forum, one of the things that we identified in the end is that we need more association representation, and we can't just sit in our closed off world and try and solve all the industry's problems. And I think it was a great step forward to have MPI at the table and the insight that it brought. And I think now for you to be able to take what we're talking about and say, these guys got this part, so let's let them go figure that out. Let's go tackle something different. I think that power of working together is going to be quite profound.
Well, I think it's especially interesting when you think about the industry as a whole starting to blend together. You see a lot of these educational conferences starting to get more experiential, which is something that the people who are typically members of ILEA do really well. And then you've got the whole logistics side and throwing these big conferences that some of these ILEA folks are starting to get into. So I love the blending of those two, where it really should be a collaboration, which you two both mentioned. So from that mindset of the collaboration, both MPI and ILEA have incredible live events with ILEA Live and then MPI World Education Congress. Do you see a future where there's a certain track of education at both, presented by MPI at ILEA Live and from ILEA at MPI?
It's possible. I mean, that hasn't been something that's been voted on by boards or decided or anything, but that's
a bit above our pay grade, I think.
But I mean, could you imagine how awesome an event would be if all of the evening events were ILEA, and if there was a track of education, and if there was the business content and some of that strategy work that was being presented by the MPI folks. I think that would be really, really awesome.
Yeah. I personally, as an MPI member, hope to see that. But yeah, no, I think it's really exciting, and I think it is a powerful message to the industry also that we don't have to be competing with each other. We can collaborate. I think if anything, that's the big takeaway, right? Like, why are we holding everything close to our chest when we could be sharing it?
Especially when the dominant business strategy model was cooperation back in the 90s. Why are we so slow?
So for anyone who's looking for more information about the partnership, where can they find it?
Oh, that's a really great question. I know that there was a press release that was released around ILEA Live. I know that if you're an ILEA member, you'll be getting that information on the 25th of September for the town hall. So I would say tune in to the ILEA town hall meeting. That would probably be your best, hottest juice of news.
Yeah, for sure. So for ILEA members, check out ILEAHub.com and dig around, and you'll find the link to the town hall. And if it's not there, somebody's probably watching this, and we'll make sure that it ends up there. And of course, for ILEA members, make sure you're logged into the ILEA community and that you're paying attention to the online information that is there.
Yeah, and I know once it goes live, there will be a link that's added to the ILEA website under the education tab. And so when you click on it, it'll tell you that if you're not a member of ILEA, you do not have access to that content, and you have to log in. And if you are an ILEA member, you'll have been uploaded and you'll be able to log in and access it.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you both for joining us. I think this is very exciting for anyone who had not heard before. This is great news for the industry as a whole. So thank you both for being with us, and we'll be right back.